Gooder and gooder.
Yes.
Sorry, but yeah, we'll go kick rocks and rock for you. I just thank God so much for everything He's done.
Yeah.
That's it.
We all fight personal battles. And it feels so good when God comes on the scene.
Come on,
He's
brother.
still know that I am God. That He'll handle every situation and be in the midst of it.
Yeah.
Got a letter today, they're selling our house. A little distraught for a little while. Got praying, and God said, be still, know that I am God. We've been praying, Lord, we want to buy a place. This might be the opportunity. God knows everything. And I want to thank you for coming in and allowing me to stand up and give a testimony.
Amen,
When the
brother.
devil says, sit down and don't say anything, think what you're fighting. I'm not fighting anything. It was their mind to fight to begin with.
Amen.
It's all in God's hands. He knew
Yeah.
the letter was going to come. He knew it was going to be told to me today. And I just want to give him the praise, honor, and glory. I want him to come and sit down with this and that. And I just want to stay calm and know that he's going to take care of it.
Yes.
He's handling every bit of it. I want to thank him tonight for that.
Amen.
Boy, it's good.
Boy, I tell you what, church.
There was a time, Brother Bill, I knew Josh for a long time. There's a time I would never dream that he would stand in church and testify and cry. Because he hung around my son, and they was a pretty mean bunch. And I knew him for a long time. And I thank God for it. I'm can't wait for my son to get in
First time I met him, he said, I hate you.
there. Yeah, he did.
Said, I'd send him see you dead. God changed that. And, you know, I've stood here and listened to everybody testify. And I want to share a testimony. I've given it several times. Brother Marshall, 15 years ago, the second greatest thing ever happened. Second greatest thing. First is when Jesus saved. Yes, sir. Second greatest thing was that's the day I married my wife. September the 2nd, 2000. Greatest day of my life other than when I got saved. Well, ain't your kids in there somewhere? They're third. She has done better to me than what I deserve. I get breakfast in bed. I know some of you men just got jealous right there. She fixes my lunch. She cooks my stuff. No, I don't get breakfast in bed every day. I have this week so far. And she puts up with me and what I put her through. Boy, Brother Ricky, God was good to me. Because I didn't deserve it. I've often said, and I'll say it tonight, I could not live on my own, Brother Josh. I moved out of my mama's house, in with my wife, and she took better care of me than my own mama did. And my mom took real good care of me. You know, the difference is, my mom made me wash my own clothes. My wife don't even make me wash my own clothes. A lot of you been to our house. And I'm just being thankful for what God's done. You don't find our house dirty much inside. Now, if you find it dirty outside, that's where I let it down. The inside is normally pretty spotless. I'm thanking God that He gave me that.
Amen.
Matthew chapter number 6. Don't know, we might just read it. If you got Schofield Bible, it's page 1002.
And the Lord.
Why do you keep giving the page number? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'll tell you straight up. I'm gonna pray the law let them get right against Schofield.
Amen.
I'm kidding with you there.
My neighbor told me that.
Even the pastor said it.
Verse number 19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. But if thine eye be evil, now listen to this, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness? No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God. Amen.
There you go. Amen.
Amen.
Plain and simple.
Right.
You can see.
Right before you can get right there.
Rubber meets the road.
Help the Lord.
Yes, sir, but preach.
Lay not up for yourself treasures upon earth, where moth and rust do corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. I got thinking about that. Think about your most prized possession. Brother Joe, I want to ask you, what is your most prized possession you own? That if the thief was breaking in tonight into your house, you would not want him to steal.
Well, I did that, I got nowhere to go.
Now, I'd rather them steal that.
You can read it.
They can read it.
They get all the, I've got a bunch
I make them every day, don't take like newspapers.
Your army ring, Kenny's army ring. I'd say for Joe, something close would be his uniform that is planned for him to be buried in. Now think about this. That's a treasure here on earth. But you'll know something with that treasure that's going to happen? It's going to burn up. But if you put it up and you don't ever touch it, you don't ever mess with it, that brass will start getting corrosion on it. I know. I had to shine them. I know how that feels. Them shoes won't be, those leather shoes, they won't be shiny anymore. They're going to start to have a dull look to them. What happens? They start getting corrupted. All your treasures that you lay up here on earth will be corrupted. Brother Josh, I used to sit and I think all the time. And I don't know if I'm getting excited or not tonight. Y'all just hang on. I used to think all the time a bunch about, boy, one day I'm going to be something. I used to go around, I didn't realize that was in my pocket. I used to go around and I'd sing that old Travis Tritt song, I'm going to be somebody someday. Why would you do that? Brother Ricky, I wanted everything that you could have. So let me show you what happened when I finally grew up and I started realizing what I thought I wanted. Well, I got me a treasure. I bought me a brand hammer new 2000 mobile home, 14 by 80. Hey, son, when you walked in, it had a fireplace on one side, Brother James. On the ceiling, it had the ceiling fan with the mirrors on it. It had the old saloon swinging doors going to the laundry room. It was as high class as you could buy. The price tag on it, brand new, was $46,000 in 2000 for a single wide. Yeah, it's a lot of money. I financed it 30 years. Brother Joe, I went straight from there, took my vehicle, traded it in on a brand new Nissan. Took Sherry's car, went from one car lot to the other, and traded it in on her brand new Ford Contour. Making $8 an hour, paying out $1,700 a month. I realized what the dream I thought I wanted. Because you know what I realized with that mobile home? After I bought it, first I had to have somewhere to put it, and I thought, well, I'll just put it in Mama's. That's where my other one was. Mama said, no, you ain't pulling another one in there. You pull that one out, you ain't going back in there. So now, guess what I had to do? Marshall, you come over here. You remember where I lived over in Hoopers Creek?
Yes, sir. Job by all time.
I had to go get lot rent. That was another $500 a month. Oh yeah, I lived in a fancy trailer park. Joe, you know, your son lived right across from me. It was fancy. And every day I'd go out and get in my little truck, and I'd drive to Park West Warehouse, and I'd go pick parts every day. And listen, on Sundays when the offering plate would come by, I'd reach back there to the wallet and I'd say, whoop, can't pull that one out. I had what I wanted, but I couldn't give God what He needed.
That's right.
And you'll know what started happening by not being able to give God what He needed? I started losing what I wanted.
That's it.
Getting depressed.
First thing was, them cars went bye-bye.
That's what you said. Oh no.
I looked at my mom and I pulled the mama card. And y'all can say whatever you want to. Big old tears in my eyes. I said, Mama, we don't even have a vehicle. How am I going to keep working? How am I going to do this? And you know what she done? She went over to my stepdad and she said, honey, they need help. I thought, man, he makes good money. Boy, he's going to help me. Yeah, buddy. He helped me, all right. He helped me realize that the important things in life ain't the greatest things.
Right.
That's right.
That's it.
Amen. Yeah.
You know what he bought us? 1984 Chevrolet station wagon Cavalier. And that's what we had. Boy, it looked very depressing sitting outside of that trailer. Tax season come, I said, I'm going to do better. I didn't get rid of that car, and I wasn't stupid. Went over at King's Auto auction, I thought, man, I'm really going to buy something here. We was going to Woodland Terrace at this time. And I'm still, you just hang on, you'll catch up with me here in a minute. I walked in there, had $1,500 in my pocket. Dwayne, you remember? I bought a 1986 Ford Bronco. Dual exhaust. Man, that thing sounded good. But I laid up my treasures in the wrong place.
Where your heart was.
And when it come time to being able to do what God needed me to do, I couldn't do it. And from that instant, Brother Josh, and my treasures being laid up here, I started missing church. First little thing would go on in the church, I was gone. First little hindrance happened in the church, I would leave. If that's God's people, then I don't want to be around them. And you don't know something? I had a job that I didn't pay insurance. My insurance was paid. On me, Sherry, and Kira, insurance paid fully. CarQuest Warehouse. Had 401k, had PTO, paid time off, and got paid $9 an hour. By then I got a raise. I was $9 an hour, and now I was getting paid by each piece I put too. I was getting paid, and I'm telling you, I was bringing in some good paychecks. But God was not first in my life. My treasures wasn't in heaven. And guess what? That good job, it went bye-bye. They called me in the office one Thursday morning, payday. Boy, and I just got that check stub, and I thought, man, because they didn't give paychecks, they give check stubs. You went straight into the bank. And then you go straight into that bank, straight back out. And I looked at that paycheck stub. I'll never forget Steve coming by and saying, come on, I need to talk to you in the office. That morning I come in, there was about that big of a stack of must-haves that had been mistakenly picked. Guess whose number was on that? Mine. Oh, we can make a blue on that with blue sheets. We can make a mistake all day long. When it comes to those must-have and red tickets, that was a special order. That had to be right. It had to go to the store right. Then there's a list about this long from the truck I checked the night before when it left. And I put wrong totes at wrong stores. Didn't realize I'd done it. You know what was on my mind? Get off. And by then I was out of church. Get off. Go home and drink. That's what was on my mind. My treasures was on this world. We went on a company picnic when I left church. We went on a company picnic where they paid for everything. They paid for your room. They paid for your motel. They give you a $150 credit card. We stayed at the Holiday Inn and paid for your Dollywood tickets in Pigeon Forge all weekend, 3 days, a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's the kind of job I had. And that whole weekend I stayed drunk. My treasure was on that. He called me in that office that morning. He said, let me talk to you for a minute. He laid them papers down in front of me. He said, this is your number. Number 7. I said, yes it is. He said, what's wrong with you? I said, I don't know what happened. I said, what could I say? I mean, I was guilty. He said, you're 3 days off without pay. He said, in them 3 days, go to an eye doctor. Go get your eyes checked. He said, maybe you read the wrong numbers. He was trying to help me. But my treasures was somewhere else. I come back into work after them 3 days. He said, where's your eye doctor report? I said, I didn't go. He said, go home. He said, we no longer need you. He said, I give you your chance. Go home. Guess what happened to them treasures? Gone. Those treasures here on earth that I thought was so important, gone. And I realize there's only one treasure that's important. That's God.
What about that?
Amen.
All that in a year after graduating high school. Within a year, Joe, I went from an 880 credit score to a 310. Because I forgot about the treasure. She played with plugs up here. Because I forgot about my treasure in heaven. My treasure's in heaven. And you know what I realized, Brother Joshua? My treasures was here on earth. Guess what I had? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. But when I put my treasures in heaven, well, I realized I had something. Because Brother Josh, when I get to heaven, I'm going to smile, smile, smile. I'm going to be happy Because that's where my heart is.
Yes.
That's where I long to be.
Amen.
Right.
Seek you first.
My heart longs to be in heaven. Talking with a guy driving in today from work. We was driving to the job in Westgate. And he said, one of their preachers in their church got in trouble Sunday night with their pastor. So that boy got up and flat out preached, done some preaching. But when he got done, he said, now this message comes from sermons.com. Went to sermons.com, printed off what he was going to preach on, someone else's message from who knows telling when, and got up and preached on it. If I was going to do it, I wouldn't go tell that I did.
Exactly, man. Like being him.
Yeah.
Preach his heart out.
What that is your treasures is not on delivering what the church needs.
Amen, brother. That's what God gives.
He didn't study.
We're corrupted today where a preacher can't even get his message from God. He's got to go to sermons.com. I'm sure you can get some fancy messages.
Oh, yeah, he's simple.
But where's your treasures at tonight?
Yeah.
My double brother's sitting in here tonight. My double brother. Back on the back pew, my brother in real life. And my brother in Christ. But if his treasures ain't in heaven, my treasures ain't in heaven, we're not going to meet up there one day.
That's right.
Right. Amen.
Yes, sir.
See, when you truly understand what God done for you, as Josh was talking about, when he sent his son to die on the cross
Yeah.
for you, your treasures are going to be there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Amen.
But let me explain to you now, and I don't want you to get very confused on with me. You say, well, preacher, when you did put your treasures in God, in heaven, everything went bad for you, and it did. Now let me explain to you the flop side of that. I put my treasures in heaven. My favorite verse is what, Brother Ricky? Matthew 6:33. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you.
Yes, sir. Amen, brother.
So if I put him first now, Brother Joe, I get a job. I went back to Eagles. Well, Eagles wasn't working out, so I went to Clement Pappas with Marshall. I was working with Marshall. Being inside, it just didn't work for me. Clement Pappas was a real good job. But I left and I went into the grain business. Took a pay cut and went into the grain business. Well, we struggled the first few years. The first few winters, we struggled real bad, and still this day we struggle at times. But as the years have passed and putting God first, I went from somebody who never, I never thought I'd own my own place. God's given me that now. I had Clayton Holmes just 2 months ago look at me and laugh in my face because when they saw my credit score. But last week went out and got a personal loan. Now explain that.
Let's go.
When you put God first.
Amen. Amen.
That's like Saturday night, and I'm going to close here. Saturday night, we had the prayer meeting out at Darwin Method's, and Kieran Elizabeth was going off of my sister. And I said, for you to be able to go, I said, there's one requirement. I said, y'all got to be at the prayer meeting. What are we teaching our children?
That's right.
When there's a prayer meeting, We've got them all somewhere else. Where are we putting our treasures at? I know it got real quiet there.
You're right. Amen. Oh, man.
Where's our treasures at on Sunday and our child's got a ball game and we're not at church because the child got a ball game? Where's our treasures at? It got real quiet in here right
Come
now.
on, brother.
Oh, sure.
I ain't had nothing.
Where is the treasures at? And then we wonder why our children seem like they want to put everything else first and God second. What are you teaching?
Amen.
You're right.
Now let me ask you this. I'm gonna close right here. Have you ever missed church due to your child's ball? Think about that. Now I haven't, but if you have, then what have you taught your child that day? Have you ever missed church for your child's school function? If you have, then what have you taught your child that day?
You're right.
I know that's pretty rough to put it that way. But at that moment, you proved to your child that that was more important than God. God was second.
Yeah.
Ball and school was first.
More obligated to
You're right. Amen.
Today's my anniversary. I love my little wife to death. But it's been very easy. If I said, no, we're not going to church tonight. We're going to spend it together. Now, I'm not talking about vacations. Vacations is one thing. What I'm talking about, just to take our night, because it's our night, our anniversary. And I could have said, Andrew, you're going to preach. I'm not going to be there. I'm going to spend time with my wife. What I've done is I've made her more important than God. And I've taught my children that she's more important than God.
You're right.
I know I preached pretty strict the last couple times I preached. Sunday morning was pretty strict. I had some mean looks on your faces. Not many people smiled at me Sunday morning. But can I share something with you? It's made a change. I walked into church tonight and it was clean. Don't get like that again or I'll preach to you again.
No, it's coming back.
But think about it. Have you ever made something more important than God?
Yeah, come on, brother.
Oh, I've got a headache. Right then your headache becomes more important than God.
Right.
My finger is hurt. Your finger becomes more important than God.
You're right. Amen.
Some of y'all remember when I broke that finger right there. Broke it on Wednesday morning at work. Randy, I was holding a 2x4, and this is dummy. I'm pointing at myself, dummy. Chad was slinging the sledgehammer, and I was holding that 2x4. And I mean, he was rearing back. We was driving through a road barn that had been set up for asphalt, and we was having to drive it in.
Oh, my.
And he was having to come way back here and hit that thing. And we got to talking about that sausages, those
Smoke sausages.
smoked sausages. And there's a couple guys standing around there, and they started laughing. We started talking. And I started weaving back and forth with that board, and then next thing I know, I put my finger right up on top. Wham!
Oh, man.
Honey, they ain't never anything hurt as bad as that did. I wanted to cry.
Oh, my goodness.
Automatically, that whole finger just,
Pretty colors.
I mean, blood squirting out the end of it because it busted the end completely.
Like a movie.
I mean, this whole end of my finger, I could take it and peel it down and walk back up.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, I was hurt. Oh, I was hurt. I looked at the boss man, he was standing there, and I said, what do? He said, that's up to you. Do you want to go to Park Ridge or not? I thought, baby, that ain't much choice. So Josh, here, I said, we ought to take it. And the whole time I'm holding it down like this, he said, you know, if you was really smart, you'd never put your finger up there. But he said, if you was smarter, you'd hold your hand up like this. And I said, why? He said, that way it won't squirt as much blood out. Had it wrapped up in a big old rag. It was stuck in the back of the truck. That's all we had. I just wrapped it up with it. Went over at Park Ridge because we opened the first aid kit, but they were nothing big enough to take care of that. He said, you calling your mom and your wife? I said, no, I ain't. Got in double trouble over that. We get in there. I walk back here in that back. Mind you, this is all on Wednesday. You got blood on you?
He has, too.
That doctor grabbed that finger and he looked at it, done x-rays, he said, it's broke. Then he took a big old needle right in the end of it. 3 times. Now, no, I want y'all to listen to what I'm getting at. I'm making a point here and I'm closing with it. Then he grabbed the nail and pulled the nail back, had it standing straight up. They took glue, and I'm not trying to be gruesome here. Glued it back together, laid that nail down, wrapped it up, said, go see Blue Ridge Bone and Joint. How many of y'all remember when I walked around with that little thing on my head? You need to get right with God. And I'm trying to be all serious here. And what is taking place by the laughing and stuff, you're taking the seriousness away from God. And that night, I mean, it throbbed all day. I had it laid across my chest at home. That was Wednesday night. I still came and preached.
Man.
Yes, sir, it did. I was out of work for 2 weeks, but I was still here preaching. Laid in the hospital with gallbladder. On Wednesday, they sent me home and said they had to wait and have to do a hydro scan the next day. They sent me home at 7:30. And I still showed up at the storefront for church.
Yeah.
Was released out of the hospital from gallbladder surgery on Friday. On Sunday, I stood up and preached with staples in my stomach. Why, preacher? Because I'm putting God first.
That's right, amen.
Amen.
They cut my back and done back surgery, Josh. I was in the hospital 5 days. A week later, I was back standing behind the pulpit preaching. Why? Putting God first.
That's right.
Amen.
You'll remember Wade filled in for me the week I was in the hospital. But the rest of the time, when I come back to preach. Why? Put God first.
Right, amen.
Well, I want you preachers. How many you preachers, raise your hand. Stand up for me. I want you to listen to me. I'm going to give you a piece of advice here. In your ministry that'll help you severely. Put God first.
Amen.
Get your mind. Now, you two are married, so y'all better not be thinking about women. Or if y'all are, you need to have a long talk with you, God, and your wife. Amen. But if you're not married, get your mind off the women. Let God send you who you need.
Amen. That's right.
Put it on God. Put Him first. If you cannot put God first, don't stand up behind the pulpit.
That's right.
Amen.
Amen.
You're right, amen.
God comes above all,
That's right.
no matter what. If, ands, or buts. Y'all can sit down now. I didn't mean you had to stay standing. Put God first tonight. Put Him first. Church, in your daily walk, when you get up in the mornings, Put God first.
Amen.
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 Don't get up and turn ESPN Sports Center on first. Make that second. Surely to goodness, ESPN Sports Center can come after you talk to your wife.
Yeah.
But talk to God first.
Yes, sir.
That's right, amen.
Most definitely.
Put God first.
That's right.
Amen.
Amen.
You're right.
It's time and high time to put God first.
Amen.
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 It's got to be first.
No longer putting God second.
That's right.
God is not a backup.
No,
He is priority.
that's right.
That's it.
Put God first. Because if you don't, then your heart's going to show it. You can always tell when a preacher's not putting God first.
You're right.
When a preacher puts God first, they're eager, boy. Brother Andy, they're eager. Boy, they want to jump to their feet. They're eager to testify. They're eager to preach. They're eager to do stuff for God. But when they're putting something else first,
That's right.
they'll sit back there and
Back away, yeah. Be around long.
hey, how you know this, preacher? How you know this? I was a young preacher too. I know. Been there, done that. I don't want to do it again. Put God first in everything.
You're right.
Amen.
Amen.
God keeps giving.
Praise the Lord.
I look back there at Amy. And I remember what all she was going through when she was first born. In the NICU, couldn't eat. And when she come out of the NICU, they'd be trying to feed her here and she'd get choked. Never forgot that. One night out there in the parking lot, she'd give me a heart attack. She got choked. Misty was crying. I was in tears. I was saying, Lord, don't take this little baby now. About a week later, we stood up here and we anointed that little girl, putting God first.
Amen. Yeah.
And she's never had any choking problems since then. Since then, when you put God first.
That's right.
You're right.
As we stand to our feet tonight. If God spoke to your heart tonight, you need to come. Would you come? Have you been putting God first? Is God first in your life tonight? Father, we come tonight, Lord, I thank you for your grace. I thank you for your mercy. God, I pray, Lord, that you'll touch, Lord, on each and every heart, touch on each and every one, Lord, that's come out this way. Father, we thank you for everybody. Now, Father, in Jesus' name. Amen and amen.
You know, a lot of people complain about not doing work. Of course, if you think about the work, I don't watch that TV. Why? I go to bed at 10 o'clock. good thing, I'm trying to do that. But I think, I don't get stopped a lot of things. And it just goes like, I don't know, we don't get together, church, like, y'all stand up, this time to be. I don't know.
Amen. Let's gather around Josh and Carol, man, and we'll pray.
Lord God, heaven and earth, Lord.
Our president,
Lord, whatever matter it may be, forgive me, Lord. Lord, I just pray, Lord, that you can help me through the trying times, Lord, the storms. Lord Jesus, God, help lift them up in a time of sorrow, Lord. God, just help them to look up because our redemption draws nigh. God, you got all power, God. Lord, touch them from the head to the soles of the feet. God, give them whatever they need, Lord, I pray. Lord Jesus. God, we know that there's victory in your name. Lord Jesus. Blessed is the man that put their trust in the Lord. Yes, at all times. Yes, Heavenly Father.
Father, we thank you for
Yes, let your will be done, God, I pray.
that. Thank you, Lord.
Never seen in your word, never seen the mountains of his sin, daily bread. Yes, Lord. He said you'd supply all the needs. Yes, Heavenly Father. I know you'll take care of your children, Lord. God, help them see it through the Lord.
Yes.
Make this trial and mercy. Please. Yes, Lord. God, you never promised to give you an easy road. To do what you part of time. There's one thing for sure, you're right there with us, Lord. Amen.
Don't make a lot of these different things in front of me. That's what occurs, it's like.
Amen.
Family get together,
Amen.
it impressed me, I see them, make them work together,
Amen.
which is all.
Amen. All hearts and minds clear tonight? Go and pray. Go and pray. Don't forget to tell someone about Jesus. Brother Andy, you ain't gonna do it much here, ladies. You just miss this prayer, bro.
I had no problem with them doing that. Just thank you. That was North Carolina. John knows the law. But you first is, although we just need to take, stay connected.
Yes.
We need to pray today. Read her. Lord, I pray you be with each and every one. Father, help me to make one. Help me to be whatever it may be. God, Jesus' name.
You gotta work on it.